Hi guys, this is Mitch, your Navy vet in the Philippines. Today we're going to take a road trip from Barrio Barretto, past Beloy Beach, and all the way up to Subic City. We're going to stop at some interesting places you may have read about online, and we're going to talk to some interesting people as well. This is part one. More of our road trip to Subic City to follow. Please stay tuned. When you finish watching, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Navy Vet in the Philippines. I hope you enjoy this road trip. Ingat, take care, God bless, and see you next time. That is Savers Appliances Depot. It's its official name. Right after that, you have Lourdes Hospital, which I have only been in a very few times. I've known people who've gone there, and I know one of the doctors, and they all had good experience there, but it's not a major hospital. It's I wouldn't go there for anything really big. For that, I would rely on one of the hospitals in Manila, like Medical City, or even Medical City Clark, Medical City Ortigas, Makati Medical Center, St. Luke's, those kind of hospitals, which are really very good. There's a lot of development going on in Baretto. On the left, there is a very popular beach kind of resort, mostly for the locals, Driftwood Beach. And then you have the coffee shop coming up right now. And that is a landmark where foreigners and locals eat. They understand the food is pretty good and the prices are reasonable. Their big item, what they're known for the most, are their giant tacos. This is the main drag, the downtown area, if you will, of Barrio Barretto. You can see there are a lot of stores, restaurants. Up over here we have the Retired Affairs Office, which services retired military personnel. We have Papagayo, which is a hotel and restaurant. Suzuki has also been around many years. This bakery, King's Bake Shop, I think they're permanently closed now. I don't know what happened, but like businesses everywhere, they come and go. Sam's Pizza, pretty well known in the Olongapo area. This is the strip where you have the bars, the bar scene. A lot of people are drawn to this area by the nightlife. Another staple here is by the Sea Resort Hotel, and you can see on the left there is really a big hotel being built. I don't know when it's going to open or the name, but it's going to be a major production. Just past the Masarap Angels Bakery, which is very good, high quality, clean as a whistle, very well run and managed. A very nice German gentleman. He's been living in Angeles for many years. And he has an outlet in Angeles and one here in Baretto. another beach resort, the El Molina. These places are not particularly expensive, and during the summer months are very crowded. If you were to make a left right here, you would find yourself at the Wild Orchid and the Blue Rock, and that's on the strip that you probably know as Beloit Beach. By the way, I appreciate all of you joining me on this road trip. I enjoy making these videos. I also try not to think about how many subscribers and views I have. Whoever watches. I don't want it like some people. It becomes an addiction. Always checking to see who watched their videos, how many likes, how many subscribers they got. I'm not planning to make any money off this. The rules by YouTube have gotten so strict that it's hard for anybody to break into this very crowded market full of vloggers. But I enjoy doing it, I really do, and I do like to hear back from people telling me, well, they were in Subic many years ago and they remember that spot and it looks the same or it looks different, whatever. I like when people share their own memories in the comments section, or if people were never here saying, you know, that looks really cool, and I think maybe I'll make a trip in my next vacation time. I like hearing those kind of stories, or just somebody who says, you know, I'm here in Massachusetts or Maine, freezing my buns off, and I'm looking at the beautiful weather there. Gave me a little perk. It's nice to hear when your work has had a positive impact on somebody's life, even in a very small way. Over here you can see the blue Jeeps. The blue Jeeps originate right next to the Victory Terminal in downtown Olongapo, and they go all the way, I guess, past Subic City, and it's a very long ride by jeepney. It's stop and go, and usually the first few kilometers of the ride on the national highway, you're really packed in like sardines, Tagalog for sardines. So it's not the most comfortable ride, but it's far from not enjoyable. I mean, you get to meet interesting people. I like riding the jeepneys because you get a good breeze even on the hottest day, and you feel the rumble and tumble of the motor and the road. It's a great experience. You can't come to the Philippines and not ride the jeepney a few times, because that is the signature item of the Philippines. The many, probably tens and tens of thousands of jeepneys throughout the islands. Barrio Barretto is part of Olongapo City, but we're getting into Subic City right now, and that's a separate city. It's not part of Olongapo. The section we're moving into here is called Kalapandayan, and you'll soon see the remnants of the bar scene that existed during the base days. It was really like the Wild West up here in Kalapandayan, because the bars and that whole scene down in Longapo was carefully regulated as much as possible by the city officials and the U.S. Navy. But and they had a lot of rules for how they operated if they wanted to be open to service personnel. In other words, the base authorities always had the option of putting an establishment like a bar or a disco off limits to military personnel if they had reason to believe there was something not right about it. And that could be anything from the business practices to drugs or whatever. And if a place was put off limits, then obviously they would lose a lot of money, especially when the ships would come in and they were briefed on the ships about places they could not go to. So they would take a big hit if they ever got put on restriction and could not entertain military personnel. So they did everything they possibly could to not be put on that restriction for base personnel, for military personnel. But here in Kalapandayan, the rules did not apply for whatever reason. So there was an anything goes kind of atmosphere. And under that umbrella of anything goes, I won't spell it out, but use your imagination to figure out what went on here. It's a little bit of traffic. So, because of the traffic, it's bad enough being